Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Our mission to Minmus got us some science, but we're also going to need some money, and that means contracts. So here are some contracts we've accepted. Notably, you'll see these very tourist ones, and we want to land on the Mun. Well, to carry all those passengers, I went ahead and unlocked Mark II crew cabins. And I used those to build this, this space bus. You can see one liquid fuel booster, 6 large solid boosters, 2 clusters of 7 RT-10s. And here's the plane. And I have these actual wings as fins. That's odd. That can't be the center of lift. I don't know what that is actually. Hopefully they should be stable. It hasn't technically been tested yet, but with Jeb at the helm, I mean, he's a pretty good pilot. We should be fine. So let's launch. And we actually already have a contract to test these small landing gears, which we have here. So we can do that as soon as we launch. So, flying at Kerbal, test, 1 contract done. How stable is this thing? Well, it's okay, I guess. And we are going to want to burn at about the peri, burn retrograde, and we want a eccentric orbit. Something like that would be fine. And just turn on to our target node, of course. And time warp will actually stop our rotation magically. Very convenient. So we can warp to here. And we can even warp a little bit closer, I think. Like here. What is this, times 10? That's fine. So we'll start burning retrograde here. Just watch our orbit, and shortly after it becomes a stable orbit, we will want to stop. There we go. That's fine. Now we have all these temperature survey locations, and some of them are near the poles. So, yeah, one of them is actually at the pole, it appears. So we're going to need to get ourselves into a polar orbit. And the way we do that is by burning retrograde here and sideways here. I can't say that they're really very enjoyable missions, especially when you have both above and below certain altitudes. I really shouldn't have accepted this particular mission, but it did pay pretty well. And now that we've finished some contracts, we have some more available. So let's take this other rescue mission. We have 1 more seat. Temperature survey, no. No. I mean, let's not spend all day declining contracts. One thing I forgot to mention is that if you're in a low orbit and you want to time warp faster, you can actually go to the tracking station and you can do much higher time warps. So we're just gonna fall over here, and unfortunately I didn't calculate out this wheel height too well. I should have moved these perhaps a little bit further forwards. Unfortunate, to be sure. But, well, we might be okay. Okay, well, let's give this another try. So, what I can do is deactivate these. And now if I burn, I'll turn myself. Maybe disable brakes. And we can enable steering on this. Just turn a little bit more. Okay. Turn these back on. Now I'm going to try and head up this hill very, very slowly. Time warping may not be wise, but it's what I'm going to do anyway. So I'm trying to stay below 5 meters per second. Those are fuel. You know what? Turn the time warp off, okay. Trying to stay below about 5 meters per second. Well, that's a little bit of an issue, but we might still be okay. Jeb is at the helm after all. I wouldn't want to doubt his piloting abilities. So we're headed up to the top here. I'm gonna throttle on all the way. Now I'm gonna eject these. Okay, throttle off. And nose up. 90 degrees, come on, stop your rotation. And we want to go this way. Yeah. There we go. See, everything is totally fine, actually. We have no issues whatsoever. We want to be on our prograde here. Please turn. 18 seconds to Apo. Actually, we want to be at 90 degrees. So burn like this. Yeah. Good. And this is, he's at 9,400. So we want to bring this up to 9,400 at 90 degrees. And nose down. Yeah, we're going up, so I mean we should be fine in terms of heating, unless I mess this up here. Come on. Hang in there. Hang in there. Okay, yeah. So now our APO is 1.5 million and falling. And since the heating is basically resolved at this point, we can just time warp. And we have plenty of fuel to get ourselves into a stable orbit, and then choose a landing zone. Okay, we're coming in for the final approach now. Coming in for the final approach. And it's time to see if Jeb can pull success from the jaws of failure here with this design that has the landing gear that doesn't actually work properly. So we're going to need to flare up real hard as we land, enough so that we don't immediately bounce downwards. Let's turn align with the runway a little better. This will be tricky. Okay. So pitch up as much as possible here. And we lost the nose, but Jeb has survived. Jeb has survived, everybody. We have landed. I'm not going to worry about not being exactly on the runway here. I think I am perfectly satisfied with this landing, all things considered. Okay. Recover vessel. Okay.